laptop. Hang on, let's go back. Live. No, this isn't, I don't know what's going on here, folks. I don't know what channel I'm on. Hang on a second. For some reason, I can't get the live stream to come up. Come on. This laptop's really slow. Come on. There we are. Okay.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe.
Yes, I have to skip my own ads because if they come from my computer, they won't. There, okay. Now. Hey, everybody. Now, can you guys see okay? Just make sure. Now, I have finished the last panel, and I'm going to cut the borders for it. So that I don't, just want to roughly cut them in half. And then I'm going to start thinking about, we got to start measuring. Okay, there's one side and the other side. And then, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Oh! Try not to fall out of my chair here. All right. Let's do this one. Okay. Is that enough? This one's longer. This is the one. Right. Okay, so there is this. And I have these. Now, before I go any farther in making these blocks, let's measure them. They're roughly 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so we're going to say 21 because we can always take extra off. And now we got to start thinking about the blocks. Now, I could do, let me see here. This is one of the fabrics. This is 2 and 3 of the fabrics. And here are some fabrics left over from Breyers. And we all know this is Breyers fabric. So I think orange and green will actually do really well on this fabric. Where'd that other piece go? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to make blocks out of these. This is the original fabric from the back of Mikey's wedding quilt. Okay? So these two are going to go together. Now, let's get rid of this because we don't need that. I'll put that there. Oh! 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 Let's see. I brought out some blue to go with that. What am I going to do with the black and white? Let me think here. All right, I'll be right back. I got to go look through the fabric. Coming. Okay. Now. Those two. Oops. All right. Now we got to think what we can do. I'm thinking if I cut these into, now these are 2-inch strips. So if, my goodness, look at this. This is awesome, actually. Uh-oh. That didn't work well. All right, now. I think that I can do oh my God, okay. All right. I think, let's start simpler. Let's start. Well, I need. You know what I should have done? I should have just taken a square out of each of his quilt and used one of those squares to build log cabin blocks. All right, so let's pick. No, I'm not going to do log cabin blocks. Oh. Hey everybody, sorry so I can't do what's going to be the easiest thing. I've got to make blocks that are 11.5 inches. Yes, 11.5 inches and 11.5 inches. When you give the seam allowance, it becomes 2 sewn together makes 22. Right? So I need them to go this way. How am I going to do this, folks? I don't know now. I had a block pattern in my head, but I'm already thinking of somebody else's quilt. Let me see. So if I do just squares, oh, look at that, that was hidden in there. 9 patch squares maybe? All right, let's do that. And we want them to be 2 inches wide. All right. Let's start with the easiest one. This is not, it's got to be square. God, I thought that was a spider for a second. I have to save some of the blue. All right, let's just fold this again. Get it all lined up nice and neat. Fold it again. Okay, make sure that your folded side and your right side are lined up. And then we're going to trim this to make it square. And then we're going to go, now how wide are these? How wide are these? These are actually 2.5 inches. So now I got to do my math all over again. 2.5 inches. All right, you know what? I'm going to make a dummy block. Let's make a dummy block. Two and a half inches. It's a good thing I measured. Let's just set that away and fold it. Now, I did something wrong there. Oh no! Oh no, okay. We're all good. Okay. Now, two and a half inches and a 1/4 inch. Okay, let's do the math. Where's my pen? Ugh. Okay. 2.5 inches. Okay, 2.5. I can't use my phone. Okay. 5 divided into 22. There. Okay. Well, my brain isn't functioning for math very well today. So we're just gonna sew a block, a 9 square patch block, and see how it comes out. If I have to put another border around the mini quilts to make everything fit, then that's what I do. This is a true scrap quilt, folks. Okay, 2.5 inches. Okay, now, how long is this? This is, okay, 12 inches. That's going to work. All right. Now, hey everybody. Well, it went down to like 60, using crackers. It went down to like 60 degrees last night, so I actually slept really well. Oh, come on. All right, now what's that? Yeah, I gotta rethread the machine. Oh, not there though. Thank you. One less step. Now, I'm gonna make a block and I'm gonna see how this block will fare out in size. And the only reason I'm using 2.5 inches is because that's the width of the orange and the green. Gotta back up. It's here. Because I went off the map there, and it did it again. What is wrong with this spot of fabric that it keeps going off the rails? Now, I could do, I could just do this in 3 strips, light, dark, light, or dark, light, dark, but then I'm going to have fabric left over. And so I'm just going to do these in 2. Just give me a minute. And you'll see what I mean. I'm having a hard time, folks, remembering stuff. So please bear with me if there are long blanks in the conversation when I'm live streaming. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to do a strip of blue on the either side of this. Okay? Whoops. Hey, Linda. Hey, firefighter. You got your racing sticker. Well, there you go. I wonder, is Gracie still outside? She wanted out, but I'll have to go check in a second here. You always have to allow for the seam allowance. I do 1/4 inch seams, and so every time you sew a seam, you lose a 1/4 inch. Actually, you lose a 1/2 inch. Why do you lose a 1/2 inch, folks? You lose a 1/2 inch because you're sewing 2 pieces together, and there is your 1/2 inch. You see? All right, now we're going to do one more in blueberry. And I don't need a really long piece, so I only need it. Yeah, that's the perfect length, actually. So I'm just gonna, this is, honest to God, my favorite fabric in the whole world, and it's been discontinued, and I miss it. So putting this into, the reason this is going into Mikey's quilt is because this was bought specifically for his eldest brother's, or his older brother's, wedding quilt. Because he moved to Australia, and I was sending, I used the quilt I made, I used fabric from all over the country from family, and different things that represented Canada, like little Canadian flags and blueberries and things like that, right? So that's why the blueberries are going into the fabric. And I saved this. This is precious material for me. What's going on? Hey, Linda! What's going on with Rosie? What? Okay. Got your racing sticker. Okay, Rosie. Peach jelly. Sounds wonderful. All right, now. This is going to go down the other side. Okay. This is known as strip quilting. Get your mind out of the gutter. Now my seams aren't going to be perfect. What did you do? You took the crowns away! Thank you! How the hell did you do that? I know how to do that! Oh, Tigger, thank you! Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to, yes, my dining room's a mess. I'm going to iron these so that I can cut them nice and square. Okay. Nice and flat. There's one. Everybody else sees them? I don't see them. I only see the one on Jack. Alrighty, now let's turn the iron off. That's max. Okay, put it down there. And now, put our cloth ironing board aside. Now, how long is this? Okay, never mind. I have to cut it in 2.5 square inch length, and that will tell me exactly. How did you do it? Okay, we gotta cut the uneven end off. And then we're gonna start with our 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. Do you love me, Mary? Oh, my key is off. Do you love me, Mary Jane? Okay, now I might need one more of either or, because I want these to be dark on the outside. So there's 4. And can we get 5? Yes, we can. You have to line up there. There we go. Just cut this off at the bottom, like that. Now, yes, Tigger, explain how to get rid of them. So we've got these, and now we're going to do these. And then I'm going to make a block and figure out how wide it is and figure out how to make the blocks surround. Oh, bad, that was close. That was almost a 3-inch cut, which would have left me short one. Oh, I think I hear Howie's car. Green. Okay. All right. Just make sure. Sign into YouTube. Okay, I can't do that right now. All right. Here we go with the first 9 patch block. And if I have to, I will put fabric between them. Okay, take care, Sherry. And then again, we always use the same seam size. Okay, and this is the way I want them. But I'm going to have... What the heck happened there? What is going on with my... I want to make sure those seams are good. Okay. So here's our block. And it is, holy crap. It's 6 inches. Okay? So we had 2.5 inches. And it came down to, with the 1/4 inch, it's going to be 6 inches. So, I'm going to finish. You see what I mean when I say I got leftovers? Because I have enough to make a light-sided block. But I'm going to do one more. Yeah, this is 9. I'm just doing a plain 9 patch with fabrics from that were in his brother's wedding quilts. Okay? The blueberry fabric is also in Arthur's quilt that he actually won the raffle on at the family reunion. So, and the orange and the green are from Breyer. So not all of the fabrics are old, but some of them are, right? But this will actually be 5.5 inches once it's sewn to something else, because it's 6 inches with a 1/4 inch seams on either end. So that makes it 5.5 inches when it's sewn to something else. Now, I could make the other block light and blue, but then it just looks like, you know, mini blocks, which is actually kind of, I'll have to find a fabric that goes with all the blocks. Now let's look. Get it in your tea, Bev. All right, so this is how I'm measuring, folks. Okay, Linda. All right, so here, here. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. Was she outside?
Yeah.
How is she? Hot? Because she wouldn't come in.
You want to claim that?
No. Oh, okay.
She's enjoying her day, I guess.
She's enjoying her day. How was your day? Was there any mail?
Not as much.
Bloody government.
You need to go on your CRA account.
I looked. Nothing has been.
No messages,
No.
nothing.
No, just telling me that I owe them money, which is stupid. Because I don't. What are your plans for this weekend? I know you're working on Jim's car.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You still sound like you got the
I
cold.
do. Came back
I
today.
still got it cold. I still got it too.
Came back
I'm on
today.
live stream, so watch your language.
Runny nose.
Runny nose. I took pork chops out, so when you're ready for supper, I'll cook them on.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, I'm just going to finish these couple of blocks. I want to figure out how this is going to work. Okay, don't forget the dehumidifier. Well, that's stupid because you walk right by it. Okay. Everybody says hi, Howie. Now, what I was saying is, if I were to put these all together, it would just look like rows of squares. Doesn't look like a 9 patch at all. You got to take that out to make it a 9 patch. Unless oh yeah. So I have about two inches, which means I have to find fabric that's going to go like I have to. I'm going to have to find another fabric that will go with all of the other fabrics so that I can put bars between all of these, and then they will fit. I got two pork chops to barbecue out there. All right, so there is 3 of those blocks. Anyway, folks, Howie has come home and he said he's ready for supper. So I'm going to shut this down for now because now I know where I'm going in my brain. These are stripes. I wonder if I just cut this out. Cutting the stripes out of this would not be easy, but these are 1 inch. This is 1 inch. That's bigger than 1 inch. But these would go with the orange and the green. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, folks. We'll be back. Oh, you weren't seeing what I was doing. I'll be back when I get more figured out, but I have to go make supper for Papa. Patrons, it's going to be Sassy Saturday, not Freaky Friday. Take care. God bless. And thanks for keeping me company while I figure this quilt out. Love you guys. Pop, 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 pop.